A woman calls cops on black men playing, well, basketball. But it backfires when the brother down with basketball himself as the responding officer. Here it is.
You can pay somewhere to move somewhere else.
What's the problem, ma'am?
It's not $3.99.
A couple times. And actually stop harassing these people.
Oh, I'm harassing
Yeah,
you.
same thing we said over there. Hold on, ma'am. Let me finish.
They're trespassing.
Ma'am, can I finish?
Look at this.
I'll bring that. Can I finish talking to you, please? So it's like this.
This is so racist.
Everything. But you still decide to come back out. Okay. Come back outside. And continue to harass these gentlemen while they play. Gentlemen and ladies while they play. I told you that about it.
Yeah. Put her full mask. I appreciate this officer. Some people believe that I am antithetical to police officers. I am not. I am adverse to bad police officers, as I hope you are, because they disrupt the systems that we are paying for as taxpayers. A group of men were playing a casual game of basketball on a basketball court in an apartment complex where one of them lived when a white woman approached and started harassing them. The video is viral now. The woman, who happened to be barefoot, as you can see, also seemed to live at the complex and had likely seen other games on the court before, but seeing black friends enjoying themselves was apparently too much, and she ordered them, barefoot and all, to move on. No fear in her. Quote, "My BF called me to let me know what was going on, and I drove to his location immediately," wrote in the caption to her video that is now going viral on TikTok. The woman was told several times to stop harassing them, but continued to do so. My BF and his friends were very respectful and didn't feed into her foolishness, and they did a remarkable job. At one point in the video, the harassing woman told that particular friend the court was, quote, not free 99, end quote. And at another point, she could be seen lurking outside the gate, staring down the players. Eventually, she called the police, but the outcome was not what she bargained for. 3 officers responded to her complaint, and the lead officer was also black. When the woman claimed the players were trespassing on private property, the officer quickly shut her down and turned the table, telling her to stop harassing these people. Way to go, officer. Let's contextualize this. One, she can't enforce a trespass. That's number one. Because even if she lives in an apartment complex, a unit there, she does not live or have domicile of the basketball court. 2, a trespass has to first be warned to be enforced by law enforcement, meaning somebody would have had to tell you, who has the authority to, you can't come back here. And as long as you made reasonable efforts to leave said property at time of verbal proclamation, there is no trespass there either. So the officer was well within his rights to completely ignore her false allegation that they were somehow committing a crime. There's more. Quote, "Oh, I'm harassing," she asked the officer. before calling him babe and walking away while he was in mid-sentence. She led him to the signpost at the entrance to the court, which stated that anyone living in the complex is permitted to play and invite guests to join them. That's according to the reasonable one who captured the entire scene. Abusing 911 and weaponizing the police against the Black community too often leads to false arrests and frightening or humiliating situations when the caller is simply being racist. However, this time, the encounter had more of a favorable outcome because you had a good cop. You had a good cop. He understood the culture, understood what she was doing, and understood no crime was being committed. You had a good cop. I didn't get it on video, but the Black cop started playing ball with them too. Happy ending. Yeah. He's an invited guest of the individual who lives there. It's called a temporary license in civil law. You can allow someone to come and stay with you, to play tennis with you, and even if they don't live on the property, doesn't matter. You have the authority to grant temporary license as long as you are the person responsible. Period. So the cop got a temporary license himself to play basketball. Beautiful stuff. At the end of the video, it appeared that the woman was being handcuffed by one of the officers, but an arrest has not yet been confirmed. But the question asked by one commenter remains, I wonder if it would have been the same ending if the Black cop wasn't there. Just wondering. Now let's look at this, because that's a great point. It's not the blackness. It's not the color of the skin. Don't get it confused. It's not the color of the skin. It's not pigmentation. So this is not a scientific biological dynamic. It is about the social construct that you place color in. And when you place color in a social construct, you cannot then claim that the way you are treated socially, economically, politically doesn't matter to the outcome. So the skin color isn't about the skin color. It's about the social economic context you put the skin color in. It's also about the 3 E's: experiences, exposures, and environment in that category. You assume as a Black male, typically in America, you're going to have some similar experiences, exposures, and environments as other Black males. And those experiences, exposures, and environments won't be like a white female. And we understand that culturally, we just don't talk about it much. So the officer knew these young men are playing basketball and not joining a gang. These young men are playing basketball. They're not trying to harm anyone, not committing any juvenile delinquent issues here. Why are we here? We're here to play basketball, obviously, because that's the only thing going on. All right, way to go, dear brother. Appreciate you doing that. You have increased and enhanced police and community relations with these young men and others, leaps and bounds. All right, Sharon, thoughts here.
They playing basket.
That's right.
Remember that song, Doc?
That's right. Yes.
Here's
That
the
would've been
problem. Yeah, this is a misunderstanding, and I get it. I think you laid it out beautifully. So did the officer, but you're going to have to dumb it down in the explanation for this Karen, and it's going to be a hell of a show. I already know this already because she's not in the Karen segment. I can't wait to get there. So listen, this is typical, and the last thing you're going to do is tell a Karen that she's wrong, and then quote, educate her, because they don't wish to be educated. They wish to be in control. But let them go on and play that basketball. I love it.
Love it. Yeah, she won't be calling the cops again for basketball playing. All right.
Can we get Shaq over there? Get Shaq
Yeah, that's what we need to do.
Just